3, 2, 1, pointless slate because we are already synced. Here we go. Hey guys, welcome to this new video series that I'm doing. It's been a while since I've uploaded, but thank you for joining me. I just want to talk about kind of movies that I'm interested in. Basically, this is a movie channel where we talk about movies and movie news and filmmaking and whatnot. So I'm gonna start this kind of vlog series-esque thing where I kind of get on this camera and just kind of talk to you about things that I'm interested in, pretty much on a daily basis or a couple times a week. I feel like that would be something that I would enjoy doing. First thing that I want to talk about is James Gunn's Superman. Obviously, we got that picture like months ago. The reveal of the suit, kind of underwhelming for some people, right? Some people thought, maybe this isn't the best way to portray Superman. If you didn't know, I'll throw it up on the screen now, but it's basically Superman putting on his boots. And obviously we have David Cornsweet as Superman. I'm very excited. I think David Cornsweet is going to do a brilliant job. I just get the Superman vibes, right? He just has the Superman vibes. Saw him in the new Twisters movie. That's the first time I saw him act. And I think he did a great job. He plays a completely different character in that movie, right? He's kind of a mean dude. He's the complete opposite of Superman, I would say. But it's good because it shows his range. And I think that's something, like, while I enjoyed the Snyderverse, it's something that I kind of feel like Henry Cavill got let down. Henry Cavill got this promise of being Superman in a universe, and Zack Snyder didn't deliver on that promise. I'm just going to be completely honest. I think him and Henry were not aligned on what they wanted to do there. And obviously James Gunn wants to go a different direction, and so he wants to recast. Obviously, they've rebooted the entire DC universe, so they're about to reboot it with Creature Commandos this December. And I think that's a good idea. I think we've gone down the Snyder path way too long, and it didn't really go anywhere, and it didn't fulfill my needs. It didn't show my heroes, you know, who I'm interested in the way that I want to. Basically, I was not happy. We're 10 months? We're 10 months. We're 10 months away, and ooh boy, am I excited. I think James Gunn has a very good grasp on just writing compelling characters, right? Pretty much every character that he's had his hands on, right? If you think about Guardians, if you think about the Suicide Squad that came out a couple years ago in like 2021, I think, or something, he knows how to write characters, right? He knows how to write sympathetic characters who we feel for, right? Both on the hero side and the villain side. So I think that we're just going to get a Superman movie from James Gunn, and he's the head of the new DC universe. So this is like, hopefully, this is across the board in the entire universe, where we are going to get complex characters. We are going to get, you know, stories adapted from the comics, and more obscure stories. But what I'm really hoping for is that we bring back some of the hopefulness of Superman. We bring back, because I think in our society today, I really think we need some of that. We need, you know, and whether it's going to land or not with the public, I don't know. Honestly, that's something that I'm on the fence with. I'm like, this is going to be a big swing. There's a lot of cynical people out there. There's a lot of people that don't care about Superman, right? There's a lot of people that think Superman's old-fashioned. And, you know, I grew up on Smallville. So, like, whenever I think of Superman, right, my Superman, I think of Christopher Reeve, obviously, and then I think of Tom Welling. Those are the two guys that I think about because those are my Supermen. Yes, Henry Cavill was great for what he was, but I don't think he got to really shine as much as he should have. Now, if James Gunn wants to do like a multiverse thing and someday, right, or whatever, and bring him back, cool. Or if Henry Cavill wants to play another character in James Gunn's DC universe, I'll be all up for that. Like, yeah, bring Henry Cavill in, definitely, but that's just how it goes. I'm staying in the dark. I've seen the set photos. I'm not going to show any set photos just because copyright reasons, and I don't want to spoil anything for anybody. You know what I'm saying? And I always approach that stuff with caution. I always end up usually looking at behind the scenes photos and set videos and stuff like that because I'm in filmmaking and stuff. That's what I do. So I'm kind of into that, and it doesn't spoil the movie for me. It doesn't ruin the movie for me because I've always looked at it as a part of the movie experience, right? I've adopted behind the scenes footage and set photos as part of my movie going experience, right? It's almost like it really has kind of become a part of the marketing for a movie now, right? Studios, I think, have really embraced that, and it's become more common. And I mean, productions do that anyways, right? Productions let people come in and take curated photos, right? Like it's a marketing tool now. So, I really have a problem with it, but I know that people want to avoid spoilers, so I'm not going to show any behind the scenes stuff. But I just wanted to get on here just to kind of introduce this series. It's just going to be me sitting in front of a camera, pretty much just not rambling, but just talking about a certain topic. And today I wanted to bring to you kind of James Gunn's Superman, right? And David Cornsweet and how I feel moving into 2025. Because we got a lot of stuff coming in 2025, so I think this would be a fun time to kind of start and just kind of talk about all the movies that are coming out. Obviously, that very same month, we have Fantastic Four, the Fantastic Four First Steps coming out, and those are going to be in the same month. We got Superman and Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four, I have a love for the Fantastic Four just because growing up, when I was first introduced to Marvel, obviously it was like Spider-Man, but then it was like Daredevil and Captain America and Fantastic Four and the X-Men were all kind of lumped in. Like I got introduced to all of those guys at the same time. And I kind of fell in love with all of it at the same time. And when I was younger, that's when the first movies were coming out, right? So I kind of have an emotional attachment to those. And I'm a fan of the cast, and I'm a fan of what they could possibly do. But I am cautious with the Fantastic Four because the shooting schedule, and this is what makes me nervous. The shooting schedule for Superman, James Gunn made it so that the end of shooting on the Superman, that Superman was going to wrap filming almost pretty much to the day, a year before the movie comes out. So that way we can get an entire year of post-production for the VFX artists and the sound design and the music and the editorial team, and everybody gets pretty much a year to work in post, which is a fantastic way to go about making your movie. That's a filmmaker, that's a producer, that's an executive producer that understands how you make movies. And I think that's why DC is going to be very successful, is because that's not how movie studios usually work. Usually you have the executives who are not filmmakers funding and kind of dictating and telling the filmmakers what to do artistically. But with DC, it's very different. James Gunn is a filmmaker. He is a writer. He is a creative, right? He's made movies. And I think that's what makes DC, this new DC, particularly very, very interesting to see how this is going to develop. He's already said they're very creative, right? They are very creator focused, and they're not going to go into production on something. They're not going to start rolling cameras until they have a script that is good. Because a lot of times, a lot of these movies start making the movie before the script is done. That's how it's done half the time. And that's not good. That's a waste of money. And a lot of these studios are wasting money doing that. So James Gunn is a smart cookie. I think we're in good hands. And like I said, Fantastic Four just started shooting their movie that's supposed to come out in July about 6 weeks ago. So that gives them a shorter window. Obviously, I think they've done things a little differently. I think they've prepped the movie, right? I think they've done a lot of pre-viz, a lot of post-viz. They've already started to animate and do a lot of CG stuff for the action sequences, and I'm sure they've prepped a lot of stuff. But it's a different type of movie, right? And they're different approaches to making films, very different approaches. And I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Hopefully they're both amazing. That's what I'm hoping for. I hope that they are both stellar movies that are inspiring and that are cool and that kind of give that jump start to the MCU that I think the MCU needs, and I think that we can start off the DCU strong. Well, those are my thoughts for this video. I wanted to keep it relatively shortish. I don't want to go on for too long, but I did want to get on here and talk about kind of just what's on my mind. And that's what this series is going to be about. I'm going to jump on here, and if there's like a big news story of the day or some kind of set video or whatever, or some sort of casting news or whatever, I will jump on here and I will talk about it. Thank you for joining me on this new series that I'm going to do. And if you enjoyed this, leave a comment down below. If you want to hear me talk about anything, or if you have any question on like filmmaking or lighting or setup or camera or mic or camera setup, lens, anything like that, go ahead, leave a comment down below. And I'm also writing a film. I'm writing my first feature film, so I can give you guys some updates on that. I think that'd be kind of fun. But a little bit more vlogging content, I think, is going to be in the future. I hope you guys have a great day, a great week, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.